Hello, Crypto Mo here. I'm a YouTuber and sandbox game maker based here in South Korea, and I make YouTube videos and games for a blockchain-based metaverse platform called the Sandbox. Around March of last year, I first learned about the Sandbox and purchased my very first virtual land. Since then, the land price skyrocketed more than 10 times at its all-time high. That's probably why the Sandbox has more than 400 partnerships with IP brands and celebrities such as HSBC, Pororo, Gucci, Adidas, Paris Hilton, Snoop Dogg. There's actually so many that I can't even name them all. Due to its explosion in value, I actually received a lot of questions from friends on how to purchase virtual land on the Sandbox. So I decided to upload a video on how to buy a virtual land on the Sandbox. I did this in an empty classroom that was on the brink of shutting down, and right now as I'm making this video, the cryptocurrency and NFT market are actually not doing so well. It's been a little bit over a year since uploading my first video, and though I've still got a long ways to go, my YouTube channel has become an important piece in the Sandbox Korean community. Today is a very important day. I'm going to be signing a contract with the Sandbox Korea to join an incubation program to become a builder studio. What is a builder studio, you ask? Well, in order for the Sandbox ecosystem to grow and thrive, there must be a lot of good content and experiences on the Sandbox lands, right? There are only going to be a total of 166,464 pieces of land ever. And in order for the Sandbox to become popular to the masses, there must be fun and entertaining content on top of these lands. And when good experiences are combined with these lands, a lot of investors and companies expect there to be great opportunities to make money on the Sandbox. And that's why the Sandbox has more than 400 partners. But to be profitable, these IP partners, they have to find studios that can build these fun and exciting experiences. So that's how the Sandbox Studio Incubator Program was started by the Sandbox Korea team, so that they could help studios become more equipped and qualified to make games and experiences for these IP partners. So how did a YouTuber like me get accepted to the Sandbox Studio Incubator Program? About 4 to 5 months ago, through my YouTube channel, I recruited artists so that I could be part of a team to create games on the Sandbox. The artists whom I got connected to at that time were Lomo, Boksunga Latte, and Konbox. And that's when history began. In the Sandbox, these game items you see here are called assets, which can be published as NFTs. To create these assets, you need to use a program called Vox Edit, which is a free tool you can download in the Sandbox website. And artists who create these assets are called voxel artists. Then there's the game maker. The game maker handles the overall planning, directing, and designing of the in-game terrain, and works with the logic as well. Since then, we have been working together as a team, and we've participated in the Pororo Game Jam. We only had 5 days for that one, so we didn't win any prizes, but for our second game jam, fortunately, we were able to get 3rd place for the Smurfs Game Jam, and the Sandbox team even streamed our game on their official YouTube channel. Since then, we formed a studio called The Third Mind, and we put together a portfolio and applied for the Incubator Builder Studio program. Once again, luck was on our side and we got accepted. Woohoo! So today, I'm on my way to go sign a contract with the Sandbox Korea to start our incubation program. This is Andrew, he is the Third Mind Game Studios manager, and our crew is actually spread across all of Korea, from the beautiful islands of Jeju-do, Sacheon City, Gyeongsang-do Province, and yes, even Seoul. And we are all spread out, truly representing the metaverse culture. Before going to the Sandbox Korea's headquarters, we visited Line Studio, another pretty big gaming company. Shall we take a look? I recently read about a news article that Line had gone full out on establishing a remote working culture. So there are no dedicated desks for just one person, and there are many places where you can just casually meet up. You can relax, you can freely move around and just connect your devices to the monitor as you please. Of course, many people are already working remotely due to the you know what disease, but I think more people will be able to work without being limited by space in the future. And Lion seems to be paving that kind of path for this culture. We are now headed over to Gangnam, where Sandbox Korea headquarters is located. We got on the subway, climbed up the stairs, and came out to this. So buildings are no joke. So we got lost for about 15 minutes and finally found the Sandbox building, got together with our voxel artist Lomo, and as soon as the elevator doors opened up, we were warmly welcomed by the Sandbox staff. We immediately signed our contract, and the staff were more than willing to answer all our questions and give us priceless advice. Shall we take a tour around Sandbox Korea's headquarters? 여기 샌드박스 사무실에 또 이렇게 샌드박스 관련 컨텐츠도 이렇게 틀어져 있는데 네, 가끔씩 제 영상도 이렇게 나온답니다. 그러면 네, 개인으로 이렇게 일할 수 있는 네, 부스도 있습니다. 여러분 샌드박스 지원 많이 하십시오. 이렇게 오늘이라고 돼 있으면 네, 여기서 또 작업 중이라는 걸 볼 수 있습니다. 네, 여기 스낵바도 있고 보시면 음료수도 이렇게 마음껏 꺼내 드실 수 있고 뭐 물론 아무나 그냥 오셔서 그러면 안 되겠지만 이렇게 뭐 일이 있으면 커피도 드시고 네, 여기 스낵들도 잘 구비가 되어 있네요. 정말 꿈의 직장 아닙니까? 샌드박스 최고. 샌드박스라고 적혀 있고 앉아서 편하게 앉을 수 있는 소파 공간이랑 또 TV가 있습니다. 네, 여러분 여기 오시면은 네, 이런 장소도 사용하고 또 사진도 찍고 하실 수 있어요. So after our signing, we were off to our next schedule. We had made plans to meet up with other creators who were also enthusiasts for building the Sandbox metaverse. Like us, there are also other people who aspire to fill the Sandbox metaverse with their amazing assets and experiences. And when I meet these creators, it feels like we're talking the same language actually. It almost feels like we're from the same tribe. We all just understand each other, so it feels like I'm just meeting old friends. And I believe this kind of community will be the most important factor in the future metaverse ecosystems. Without a community, I think there will be great limits in terms of creating genuine and creative experiences and value. Building a genuine community such as this is important. So after our meetup, Andrew and I went to our hotel, we rested well, and we had our breakfast the next day and met up with another Sandbox creator. This guy actually had 20 years of experience working in a game company, and he's also currently a member of Korea's Content Promotion Committee. He's already quite famous in the scene for a book he published on NFT, which received more than $100,000 in funding. Wow. After our 2-day trip to Seoul, Andrew and I finally got back on the train, headed home, and we were physically really tired. However, as I looked outside at the beautiful scenery of Korea, I noticed that my heart was full. And yeah, thank you once again for watching my first vlog, and Crypto Mo reporting out. We are the Metaverse Builders. Peace.